Cool. I'm on the same page now, thanks.
Are you?
Yeah. But we didn't welcome everyone.
So I'll count you in. 3, 2, 1.
You have to go 2, 1 silent when you're recording.
Do I zero it?
Yeah, it's like you go 3. Roll it.
What is that? The karate chop? Roll it.
It's the movie thing.
Oh, is that
End scene.
Done. Okay, the movie's over.
Welcome
to the Budget Babe.
Yeah. Leela and Aaron, your trusty local budget babes.
Your trusty local?
Well, we're local if you live near us.
International budget babes. No, Canadian budget babes.
We're all from one world.
I mean, you're not wrong, but...
One Instagram world.
Oh my god, no. Okay. There's .com.
I'm a millennial, okay?
You're embarrassing our generation.
Oh, sorry everybody. So...
We're the Budget Babes.
We're the Budget Babes. And this is episode 5.
Yeah, 5!
And we want to bring it back to basics today.
The absolute basics of...
Budgeting! Budget basics.
Yeah!
With
budget
your local
basics.
budget babes.
Budget basics with your local budget babes.
Say that 5 times.
That's a lot of B's. I don't know if I can handle it. Well, if you're in for it, you know.
Yeah.
Well, let's just jump into it.
Let's just jump into it.
Yeah.
So, at the most basic, how do you budget?
Yeah, that's a question that nobody, there's no right answer to. There's so many different ways you can budget.
And budget can sound kind of scary.
I mean...
It's like, do you have a budget? Are you budgeting? Have you budgeted for this or that or X, Y, Z?
Right? Am I over $300 in my bank account?
Yeah.
Some people won't even look at their bank account because they're terrified of what's actually in there.
Negative $5 might be in there. It could happen.
I actually understand that one. I have been negative $5 before.
But that's the point, is what we're trying to say is...
Don't be scared of your wallet.
Yeah, and make a budget so that you know when you're going to... Superstore. You have money to get them groceries.
Blah blahs. That's not a plug. It's definitely not a plug. We don't shop there.
Yes, we do. I'm not going there after this.
Yeah.
Anything.
Nope, don't eat groceries. Yeah.
Well, freaking Kmart then. Is that American?
That's American. We're talking Canadian budgets here.
Oh, sorry.
Everything in CAD. Speaking of Canadian dollar, actually, we're at the highest point with the American dollar that we've been in a very long time. So if you're planning a trip, budget, and you can now spend more, I guess. I don't know, because the dollar's higher.
Or it's a good time to book a trip, perhaps?
Yeah, actually wow, I never thought about that.
So,
speaking of budgets. Rule number 1 in budgeting, which is kind of like what a budget is. It's tracking your spending.
Yeah. That's
a budget. Track where your money's going.
Yeah, so pick a way that you're comfortable with that doesn't take up too much time. It's efficient.
You don't want to be sitting there for hours every day.
Yeah.
You remember those old checkbooks that people used to have? And you'd have to write everything you spent on it.
Yeah.
And I spent $5 at,
that's
KFC
some
today.
Stone Age shit right there.
Yeah, oh my god,
no.
away from that.
But you want to track your budget regularly though. Because you don't want to just go 2 weeks and not mark down all you've spent. Because then that's a lot of backtracking to do.
That's the worst thing you can do. So that's one way you can do it. I guess there's 2 different ways to track spending.
Okay.
You can do it actively or passively.
Good point.
So I'm more of the active budgeter. So I will go into my trusty cell phone, which I have a delightful Excel sheet on it. Cell phone. And I will track my spending as it happens. So I'm at the other day, which is pretty legit because that's where I was yesterday buying groceries for the week. I spent $20, well $21, let's be legit.
Hey.
And I put it in my phone as I was waiting for the thingy to print my receipt.
Wow, that is
super efficient.
That is very proactive.
Right? So that is active budgeting. Passive budgeting is when, for example, my mom does this.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom. She'll take out the money that she's going to use for the week. So let's say she spends $100 a week. She'll take out $100 at the beginning of the week in cash. Okay. She lives in the States, so this is more to spend cash.
Yeah.
and that's what she'll spend that week, and that's passive budgeting. So she knows exactly how much she spends. Doesn't matter what she spends it on, but she's only spending $100.
So she's not necessarily planned what she's spending it on.
No.
But she knows she has $100 for the week.
Exactly. So that's more of a passive approach. Like, you're only spending that much, as opposed to me where it's like, I know what I'm spending, so I can spend less than $100, which works for me because I usually do.
Is another form of active budgeting though, like you buy, say you've made a couple purchases the last 2 days, and then you go and mark that down.
Yeah. Like, you don't have to do it every day. I'm a psychopath, or like as you're in checkout, but like,
again, very, very proactive.
Gotta get that budget in. Yeah, no, but you can do it other ways. Yeah, when you're like, okay, 2 days go by, and you're like, what did I spend my money on the last 2 days?
Yeah.
Let's figure it out. So like, you can do it that way too, which is pretty easy.
Because I find for me, I need to go look at my bank account every so often just to, like, it's the thing where, like, I know I've only spent X amount of dollars at this store and this restaurant, but I need to go in there and make sure that that's the only, like, purchases that have come out.
I like that.
I don't know.
See, that's smart too, though, because then you're actively
kind of
checking your bank account.
Yeah.
You're always checking your bank account. You're not scared of what's in your bank account.
No, that's true.
Which is awesome.
I'd rather know I'd rather know the truth
than be declined when you're like buying like Snickers at the store. Oh God, I can't afford $4.
Gotta get my snacks.
Yeah, just kidding. You're not you when you're hungry.
Well, and that's kind of leads us to another budget point, which is like identifying what you're spending your money on.
Yes, so that's huge. Like, you can talk to a lot of people and be like, hey, what'd you spend on groceries this week? Like, a lot of people be like, I have no idea. Like, but like, if you're just knowing what you're spending your money on, you can say, oh, I'll trim the fat off of, my restaurant budget like we talked about in the last episode. Or maybe I'll reduce my spending on hair clips. Why? I don't know, that's the first thing that came into my mind. But
they're in style now.
Are they? Like those things?
The 90s and early 2000s is back, baby.
I'm not ready.
I'm not ready for this. I can't do the hair clip there.
I mean,
girls are doing that again, just putting hair clips right there. I don't know, I just don't think I'm there yet. I don't know if I ever was there. Even when I was a kid.
What is that?
Anyway,
each his own, I guess.
Well, and because you might be like, oh, how many times have you eaten out this month? And then yet on the other hand, you have no idea where your money's going.
Yeah, and then like you're just watching your bank account dwindle, and then at the end of the month you're like, why do I only have $10?
Yeah, or why can't I save up?
What happened to my money? Yeah. It's because you don't know where you're putting it. Like, you should know where you're putting it.
Which, admittedly, since we're all being honest here, I need to get better at not, like, I put money into my savings and then it's like partway through the month I'm like, where'd all my money go? So then I need to take some money out of my savings. And I don't want to do that anymore.
That is painful.
So I'm needing these tips we're talking about today for budgets.
This is really good for all of us. Yes. I understand too. Sometimes I'll be like, I can just, like today, I bought an energy drink at the store.
My God.
I know, I was just like, I don't want to go to a course today, so it's like, energy drink.
Yeah. Like, everyone should literally track all the coffees they buy every day, the drinks they buy from a vending machine, the energy drinks from the gas station.
Like, you have no idea how much that stuff adds up.
Just identify what you're spending your money on. If you're concerned about the fact that your savings isn't increasing, or you just don't know where your money's going, or you feel like you're living paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, the paycheck to paycheck life is real. It's terrible. Like, and I think it can happen no matter how big your paycheck is.
Oh my God, that is so true. That is like, okay, that's something that bothers me, because like, as you gain more money and more paycheck, apparently your spending tends to go up with that paycheck. Yeah. And I noticed that when I first got like an increase in pay, I was like, where's all my money going? And I was like, oh my God, I'm spending like twice as much as I used to.
And you think, oh, I'm getting this big fat raise, and I'm gonna be able to save so much more quicker.
Not the case.
Not always the case.
Yeah, like if you're not paying attention where your money's going, like you're probably gonna lose it somewhere. Yeah. Like it's just gonna trickle away from you. I don't know
It
if that's
does.
like the proper way to say it, but
Like,
it's tickling.
I'd be interested to see, even over like a year or 3 years or 5 years, how much money I've truly wasted.
Oh, I don't want to see that. That makes me
But maybe
sad.
it would be a big slap in the face.
Like, way to go.
reality check. Like,
Oh God,
Way
that
to-
would hurt. Well, you know, like my Excel sheet that I use personally, I'm gonna pop it up on our website. I'll put a link below in our video
so you can use our Excel
and in
sheet
our
if you want.
podcast. So
Yeah.
it'll be.
Or
Actually,
get-
yeah, we're both using the same sheet. Yeah, so yeah, I'll put our budget sheet in the link or in our
Yeah.
description of the video and podcast, and feel free to use it. Start budgeting. It's awesome.
Yeah, feel free to adjust it or just get ideas from it or
Yeah.
fully use it.
It's just
Yeah.
just a way to track.
Yeah.
On top of that, if you're like substantially lazier than the average bear, there's also an app, shameless plug time, for something I used to use. It's called Mint. It's super awesome. And yeah, it just links it up to it, and then it'll show you breakdown pie charts of like where you're spending and like how much you're spending. It's actually quite amazing. I might actually start using it again.
Yeah, that seems legit. I'm like,
Yeah.
should I
I'm just gonna
just
check that
get
out.
some mints?
Gotta get some mint. Yeah.
Yeah.
On top of that, actually, here's my last shameless plug of the day. Something I just started using in the last month. Credit Karma. Holy hell.
Credit Karma.
Credit Karma.
Okay.
I'll have a link also. We'll have a link below. Awesome. And
This video is not sponsored.
yeah, we're not sponsored. Like, these are just things that like I use personally, Erin uses personally. Like, this is what we do to budget.
Unless
And
someone
Discord.
wants to sponsor us someday,
Hey!
we'll allow it.
We'll allow it. Like, we're the queens of
We'll
budget.
welcome it.
Yeah, we'll open arms. We're ready to go.
Welcome to
Yeah, come
our
here.
budget.
Baby arms. Hugs.
It tracks your credit score, which is not something that many people know. Like, I know exactly what my credit score is. I'm not going to say it out loud,
I
obviously.
mean, yeah, good for you.
But yeah, but you know, normally when you check your credit, it does like a hard inquiry on your credit score. So it's like, oh man, they're checking their credit for some reason.
Right.
And,
And
like,
doesn't
it
it ding? Yeah, it dings
It'll
your
ding
credit.
you. Yeah, it can reduce your credit score. So Credit Karma just looks into TransUnion in Canada, and I know it does Equifax in the States. And it just shows you where your credit's at, how to build it, and how to make it better. It also gives you a rundown of all the loans in your name, which is
Wow.
friggin' amazing. Like all the breakdowns, what the payments are at, what you have to pay next, when the next payment date is. It is super sweet.
So it sounds like a deep dive into reality that, again, some people might be afraid of.
it could hurt a little bit.
But it also seems helpful to just, with budgets, you gotta be honest with yourself.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's what people have the hardest time doing, is like looking at your wallet and be like, man, I suck. Like,
Yeah.
I had to do that like a year ago, and I was like, oof. And here's an update on our restaurant thing.
Ah, yes.
So I ate out once this month already.
Okay, and it's July 9th. Today we're
Which-
recording.
So the reason why I ate out for lunch is because I actually was doing work in the city.
Ah.
So I actually had that money claimed. So I spent under the amount of money that I would get to claim.
Yeah.
So I actually made $2 eating out.
Hey!
So I mean, I'm not sure if that counts or not. Would that count?
I don't think it counts.
Shoot, well there you go.
So, and you still got to eat out?
Yeah. So I guess right now I'm sitting at 0 times eating out.
Yes. That's awesome.
Sweet.
My update for the eating out 2 months 2 months.
2 months.
Eating out
Two
for
full
2
months. The whole time.
Eating out twice this month.
Ooh.
Okay, so technically, okay. Now, riddle me this. Okay.
I'm riddling.
I did eat out once after work. I went for after work drinks and appetizers. Okay, so that's
Fair.
one. That's one off my account. But
Your budget?
then it was our anniversary yesterday. Me and my friend.
Male friend.
Male friend.
Love it.
Yes. And we went for brunch, but I had a gift card.
Oh yeah, and you used that up, hey?
No, I didn't even use it up. Still have half left.
Oh my god.
And then we
Okay.
went for supper at a different place and had a gift card specifically for that restaurant. So,
So you didn't spend any money.
I didn't spend any money.
So you're still sitting at a
So
beautiful
I'd
one.
say I'm still sitting at 1, but I've eaten out 3 times.
That's not even fair. Like, come on. How many more weeks do we have in this month? Oh, we've got 3 more weeks.
This challenge is real, you guys. It's hard. And
Oh,
it's real.
it's great though. Like, how much money are you spending on eating
Well,
out?
and I've been
It's like 9 days.
putting
Right?
more effort into bringing lunch to work because that
Right.
counts. Eating out like going to the cafeteria or whatever, what have you.
Well, that's the part that adds up the most.
I'm
Like,
sure.
My God.
I don't know yet, but I'm sure I'm saving money on that. I'll see at the end of the month.
Hey?
Yeah, this challenge is kind of turning me off from buying lunch a little bit.
There we go. So you guys should make up your own challenges, like with your
Yeah.
friends or something like that. Even if like you're doing one of those like fitness challenges,
Yeah,
like those everyone puts like $20 in the pot, and
like
you know you all
Biggest
stay
Loser
fit.
sort of thing.
Yeah, like and then you know make it a lunch one. You know?
Yeah.
Like whoever doesn't buy the lunches this month gets, you know, the pot of $5.
And doing a challenge like that will help you identify where you're spending your money.
Because you'll get the cravings.
Yeah,
The lunchtime cravings
and you'll
for spending.
you'll see that. Oh, look at all this chunk of money I have at the end of the month.
What is this cash? Spend it on like a plane ticket somewhere, you know? Oh my god. Sir.
Anyway, this whole episode was basically #thanks tips.
Yeah, actually, yeah, the whole thing. You're right. Like,
So we don't have a special tip for you right now.
except for start tracking your budget yesterday.
Yesterday, people.
Yeah, just do it. It's not hard.
You can also go on our website. Again, you'll see the Excel spreadsheet, or you can even go on Pinterest or Google and
Pinterest, yeah.
Pinterest some of your own tips
Yeah.
for budgeting.
Heck yeah. So start budgeting. We've got links for you. Visit our website. It's finally up and running. Budgetbabes.ca.
.ca.
Yes, we're Canadian.
Or check out our Instagram.
Instagram.
And this has been a Thanks Tips episode
Yeah, thanks, tips. Oh
brought to you by your local budget
my
babes.
god, I swear to God. If you say local budget babes one more time, I'm gonna come over there.
#local budget babes.
I'm done. That's it. Well, I guess this is the end of the episode.
Okay, bye.
Bye!